And we're live. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Four Quarters. All sports, every day, all day. And she's a babe. I really got to stop talking about Aaron Rodgers.
My money's on that.
And to no surprise, my shout out, Caitlin Clark.
And with that, we're live.
Welcome in to another, wait, we're courtside. I almost said box seats, courtside, court seats. Thanks for tuning in on 802 Scoops, Four Quarters Facebook page. And we are on YouTube. Just hit the little button, it's free. Okay, there's a lot of people in the studio today, and when I say that, it's because Nick, how tall are you?
6'6".
6'6".
Damn.
I'm staring down at his feet right now.
Damn.
Wow. I think they're like 3 of my feet.
Okay, Nick is
He's more than a foot taller than us.
I know. Thanks, CB.
Nick is the star of the show, but we're gonna do. Now we're all talking at once. Here.
We are, sorry.
And I knew that you were gonna love this.
I know. This is
Okay,
going to be bad for me.
we're gonna do some shout outs first. Before we get to this amazing person to my right that we are blessed to have in studio
Thank
today.
you for saying that about me.
I mean, I did go to my right, went right past your wheels. We talked about girls' high school basketball last week because they wrapped up their championship Saturday. There was one thing I forgot, and please, Spalding, Crimson Tide Wrestling, if you're listening, my deepest apologies. This is so important for me to read today. On February 28th, the Spalding Crimson Tide Wrestling team captured the state title. And can anyone here guess what the 36, whoops, I just said it.
Oh.
Mount Anthony's run.
36?
36. But let me look at this. In the 2022 tournament, the Crimson Tide fell 5.5 short of beating Mount Anthony to try to knock them off that pedestal. And that was the closest that anyone had come. That's in 2022 to MAU. The Crimson Tide got the job done, ending a 36-year title run for Mount Anthony. That, my friends, is huge. And they did it in fine fashion. A comfortable victory, 236.5 to 195.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That's big in wrestling. Them are some big points. So a huge shout out to the Crimson Tide. I had the honor of coaching at Spalding for 6 years, and when you walk in, which I did every day, obviously, for practice or a game, all you see is wrestling banners and, state championship wrestlers. So kudos to them. They knew it was coming. I think they knew it was coming. So way to stick with it, you guys, and get it done. And way to end a 36-year title run. You're going to hear a lot of years today. We're going to talk about years. We're going to talk about past presidents.
Well, I'm not.
Crickets. Notice that was crickets.
I'm like, let that marinate. We're going to wrap up Division II hockey first. In girls, the number 1 seed U32 Raiders losing to the Hartford Hurricanes 5-1. I was at that game. That is a 3-year run for Hartford. Tip of the hat to both clubs. You guys played your hearts out. I wanted to get a look at Zoe Zanleone. I'm good friends with her grandmother, and she's one of the top players in the state of Vermont. Really fun game to watch. But as the first period played out, and I was very impressed with the goalie for Hartford, Mama Z came over to me to let me know that the goalie for Hartford, 5-1, you guys, is an 8th grader.
Get
Oh my
out.
gosh.
So then the game ends, and I didn't have a roster in my hands, and I knew number 10 had a hat trick. So I get on Times Argus, read about it. She is a 8th grader.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
So goalie with 29 saves and hat trick that goes to Joanna Kissel, 5th player in Vermont history to have a hat trick in the finals. Aubrey Gramling was the freshman goalie for the Hurricanes with 29 saves.
That's amazing.
Hartford 3 years in a row. So in my mind, I'm like, Okay, Zoe's graduating, blah, blah, blah. 3 8th graders, 3 freshmen, and 3 sophomores on that team.
That's crazy.
So what we're saying is they're going to be back.
Oh, yeah.
U32
probably.
got to its first final in a decade. Their last crown was in 2011. They are graduating 6 seniors, but they do return a good bulk of their team as well. On the boys' side, I got the heck out of Gutterson Fieldhouse because that place was crazy. I mean, I had a seat, but we were getting smushed in, and that was Harwood and U32. Harwood, the defending champ. We're talking 1 and 2 here. Double overtime win for the Harwood Highlanders. 4-3.
I heard that was an amazing game.
Amazing game.
From my friend Sammy.
Sammy. Sammy. Thank you, Sammy. U32, bulk of their team, freshmen and sophomores. So I did have a quote from the Harwood coach who said, going through the line, he was talking to the young kids on U32 and telling them to shake it off. They will be back. Of course, you're upset after the game. We're gonna talk to Nick about that too, but that is a young ball club, and what an epic game for both hockey teams to be a part of. Boys basketball, Division I. Well, first of all, every team that was the 1 seed lost. Every single team. So I didn't know until Nick told me this because I ignored Division I. I'm gonna roll with it. You know, I'm so freaking honest. It's right here. I just took for granted Rice would win. That's what I did. They lost to number 6 BFA St. Albans, 6 seed, 54-48, ending a 39-year drought.
Yeah.
It's a lot of years, Nick.
Yeah.
A lot of years. In Division II, the week before, it was number 1 Lamoille girls versus number 2 Hartford. Lamoille undefeated. In boys, number 1 Hartford undefeated versus number 2 Lamoille. Number 2 comes away with a 56-53 win. But wait for it. Just stop and listen. The last time Hartford won a state championship was when Herbert Hoover was president in 1929.
Wow.
Nikki and I like history, so we're going.
Wow.
Yeah,
Lamoille wins it. That is their first state championship since 1963 when, anybody want to guess who was the president?
Well, I can see your notes, but so I won't guess.
JFK.
I was going to say JFK. Damn it.
JFK.
Oh, I should have known. Yeah.
I see, we're going to talk years here. I love this. In Division III, the team that we're all used to, Hazen, making its 5th straight appearance, ended a 3-year skid. I mean, I don't even know why I say this.
And girls. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even call it upsetting, but they beat the number 1 seed, Randolph Galloping Ghost. I had the score here, 66-49. Here's some numbers for you, though. Randolph, this was their first time being in the championship game in 12 years. If they had won it, it would have been their first title in 30 years. See, we're doing a lot of 30, 39s, and a lot way more than that in Division II. This is Hazen's 9th championship since 1981. Again, 5 straight appearances, 3-year skid. I mean, I guess you call it a skid when it's Hazen. And on top of that, you know I love numbers, you guys. I'm a numbers girl. If you went 13 for 39 from the foul line, do you think you'd win a state championship game? That's 41%.
no.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Hazen, 13 for 39.
Wow.
And in Division
Wow,
4,
that's
we saved the best for last. The number 6 seed, Williamstown Blue Devils, over the number 1 seed, Twinfield Cabot Trojans, 71-64. And can I just say in Division 3 and 4, Randolph had beat Hazen twice. Twinfield had beat Williamstown twice.
Yep.
And when Williamstown had lost to Twinfield twice, it was a double-digit loss during the regular season. That's why Coach Sid Sweet said I think after the last game of the season, you throw everything out the door, out the window, flush it down the toilet, because everybody's 0-0 when it gets to season number 2.
Can I?
And with,
Yep. Can I? We have a lot of people in
read
the chat. Joe says, "Evening, ladies and young man.
Hey, Joe.
2 radiation treatments done." Joe, my shout out is
Good job,
to you.
Joe. Good
luck,
job, Joe. Keep it going, my man.
Sammy said, "Hey friends, high school sports this year were wild."
Wild, crazy. Sammy, I gave you a big hockey shout out last week too. I hope the 12U tournament went great in Waterbury. I'm sure you were
great.
busy.
She was a
Awesome.
stress ball. The poor thing was a stress ball.
Randy Rathburn says, "Nick, although you beat my alma mater and one of my schools I am an athletic director at, I cannot express to you how excited and happy I was to see you win Saturday. For 4 years, I have been so impressed with your team first mentality, your impeccable sportsmanship, and how hard you work to improve your skills. Congratulations, young man, and good luck at LaSalle."
Well, thank you, Randy.
Love that. Thank you, Randy.
Go way back with Randy. I went
Do you?
to a conference my freshman year for like an athletic leadership conference.
Okay.
We all
Okay.
got randomly assigned an AD.
Yeah.
He was the one that got assigned
And
to
you
my
got Randy.
table. So I've known Randy.
Oh my
his entire
God,
high
that's
school career.
amazing. That is amazing. Go
We
ahead.
got a couple more.
Oh, we got more. I don't need to
Right,
talk.
no.
I love it when I don't have to
Elizabeth
talk.
LaPearl says, watching as well, and Kayla says, "I always say it's hard to beat a team three
Times.
Yes.
Back
Kayla,
to you
that's what they say about sports. CB's going to flash up quickly some pictures of Nick, and I'm going to read this from his dad. Dad probably doesn't know I was actually going to read this, but I'm going to. It first started with the number 3 seed in the Division 4 tournament was Mid-Vermont Christian. Your dad took that as just a good sign for you guys because you weren't traveling to a West Rutland or so on and so forth. So actually Northfield had upset number 3 Mid-Vermont Christian. So that put Northfield going to Williamstown for a quarterfinal matchup. Nick, you had 39 points. Was that in the Northfield game?
At 30 in the Rivendell game.
30 in the Rivendell game. Okay. And your first dunk?
Yeah,
Nice.
first one, man.
Oh, wow.
Finally.
I love that.
That's amazing.
So that's how it starts in the Rivendell game. Okay, and then Nick is needing in the quarterfinal game, because you kind of don't want this hanging over your head going to the odd.
Yeah, no, you don't.
You needed 26 points to get 1,000 points on the season. And he got it at home in game 2, which means the quarterfinal game. So you can wipe that off your plate and focus on the task at hand. And then your dad says, in caps, finally getting a semifinal win against undefeated West Rutland, no less in game 3. That would be a semifinal. Then playing in the finals, your first final.
My first final.
Wow.
Being an absolute beast on both ends of the floor, walking off as a champion in your final high school game. It was a life highlight for sure. And your sister even called it was like a Hollywood movie, the way things fell into place. I think I got that right.
Seriously was. Just the way everything ended was like fairy tale.
Could you have ever written, if you were a writer in Hollywood, you couldn't have written
No.
anything like that, could you?
I know. No, you couldn't. It fell into place. Dunk in round 1, 1,000 points in round 2. Got revenge on West Rutland from last year.
You did.
round 3.
Semifinal loss.
And
Semifinal loss
finally
last
broke
year.
the curse of winning. I was 0-5 at the odd at that point in my career.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
I'm glad you brought it up. I was not going to, but I was like, man, this odd has not been good lately to the Blue Devils, especially you, because you are somebody I have followed for 4 years. I watched you in that West Rutland game, and unfortunately, I didn't see a lot of your games during the regular season. As much as I would have loved to have been in Williamstown, I was at U32 in Spalding a lot for CVT Sport. I don't know what it was, Nick, but what I watched in that West Rutland game, I was like, he's on a mission. Your body language was different. I'm like, he's on a mission, and I'm a defensive coach. I have 26 years of coaching basketball. The offense will come, defense to me.
Yep.
I watched you on the defensive end, and it's exactly what your father said. You were a beast. And it means a lot to me when I watch athletes, and I've been around basketball my whole life, play both ends of the floor.
Yeah.
You've always been a defensive player. What did you work the hardest on, though, as soon as your junior year ended in that semifinal game against West Rutland, to the first game of the season, this past season?
what I worked the hardest on wasn't even basketball. It was just getting stronger,
Okay.
like both physically and mentally.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Because there was a lot of emotion junior year between me and Sid.
Yep.
And just personally. So, and Sid is not a guy to throw around compliments all that much.
Oh, I've known
But-
him 30
And
years.
That's just how he is. But
Yep.
and I
Yep.
respect it. But he told me the first week of after practices had started, he's like, "You've come in 100% more coachable than last year, and I'm really appreciative of that."
Wow.
That's a huge compliment.
Yeah.
From any coach.
And that was-
It's a huge compliment.
I felt like I was, and that really set in stone. So that made me feel really good and even more open to be more coachable.
Watching you on the offensive end in the semi and in the final, that's where I'm glad you said the mental side. That's where I could just tell by the way you were walking up and down that floor that the mental side of sports, which to me, I don't know, they always say, what is it, the old saying, 69%?
Yeah.
I say it's 89%. Whatever you're playing, if you don't have that confidence and you haven't worked on the mental side of the game, and there's something about the Barry odd, I always call it the Barry mystique. No problem that Hazen won, but 13 for 39, it's the Barry odd.
Yeah.
It's the Barry odd.
Yep.
What felt different for you when you walked
read
out
that.
onto the floor?
I can read it.
What are we reading?
I don't know. People are typing in chat a lot, so I figured I'd show you guys.
Oh,
the
oh,
chat.
okay.
All right.
Well, CB, I'm going to throw it to you to read them off. What felt different walking on the floor against West Rutland mentally? Did it feel kind of like home? Been there?
It definitely felt a lot more comfortable, and I was making sure everybody felt that way. Our guy Weston Pouliot,
Yep.
sophomore,
Yep.
there was a few games this year the lights were really bright for him just
Yeah.
because his first year on varsity, stepped into a big role,
Yep.
and I was making sure, like, you can lean on me, man, if you need to, and he stepped up big, so I was making sure everybody was ready to go, and the whole practices all week were shifted towards, it wasn't not losing, it was winning. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That if you go out there to not lose, then
Right.
the game's over.
Right.
On the tip.
And
You shifted all your focus as a team, your coaching staff, and as a team to winning a state championship.
a lot of the locker room was really, it was just good vibes. We
Yep.
had music going in the locker room. Alex Clark was dapping everybody up. He was vibing like, yeah, we got this.
Every time Twinfield in the second half, I'm going to hit on mostly, what did they get? Within 3, I think?
They took the lead at one point in the
Oh,
late
geez,
in
I
the third
missed that
quarter.
one then. You guys always answered. Is there any one thing you remember Coach Sweet saying in any of those timeouts in the second half?
Honestly,
That you can say
yeah.
on the air.
from
Sorry,
what
Coach.
from what I can say, not a lot because I knew what I had to do.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
everybody knew what they had to do.
Yep.
I was listening to the adjustments,
Yep.
and I was so tired. But all
You never
32
jumped off
minutes,
the floor, did you?
all 32
Dang.
minutes, I was
Damn.
tired, but man, I wanted to win it so bad I didn't
Yep.
care.
Yeah, right.
If you
you
had
weren't
came
coming
up-
out in the next in the odd at
If
all.
you had came off the floor, let's say 30 seconds left in the third quarter, just to give you that break and the in-between quarter break, you would have gone nuts on that sideline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would have been like,
My
can't
leg would
do
have been
this.
bouncing. I'm like, all right, I can't do this.
How many fouls did you have in that game?
2.
You had 2.
Wow.
Okay,
Wow,
we
that's
only
impressive.
reserved 1. Wow,
That's impressive for a big man.
Oh yeah.
I was doing my best to not foul. 'Cause
I just felt like every time Twinfield just hit a big shot, you guys came back and hit a big shot too. So there was never a panic from both ball clubs. And again, we're talking about 2 teams that know one another.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just a rival. You guys play together in the summer and the fall at Green Mountain Select, all this stuff. You guys know one another. You just look like a man on a mission. You really did. CB, I'm going to throw it your way to read any of the things on the screen. I really can't read it from here.
Amber Lee says congratulations. Sammy says this kid is freaking awesome. I love it. Michael Bailey says there's a generation of devils coming up that you will not know your name, but they will speak of you and work to be you. Inspired the next generation. Best award you can earn.
Mr. Bailey.
Ah.
The only thing missing was your buddy Evan, huh?
yeah. Oh. I was
That's
thinking
it.
about
I
that.
had to say it. I
was
had
like,
to.
that's unfortunate, but he would have wanted me to win it. And I know Mike did.
So here's the championship medal. As a coach, I went to 2 and we never got this medal. It is heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy.
This thing is heavy.
That is legit.
And the pictures you all saw CB put up, as you can see, this is where he's going to play basketball next.
Nice.
What an awesome picture, though, dude.
I know, isn't that committed picture really actually awesome? Did 1,000 points ever come into your mind?
Oh, that is a
As
sick
the
picture.
Isn't that a sick picture?
Yeah, we had.
That is awesome.
This guy Patrick Quirion, I think is his name.
All right,
My
way to give
dad
him a
knows
shout.
Yeah,
He does great work. That's awesome.
that is awesome.
At the beginning of the year, did you think, I do have a chance to get 1,000 points? I mean,
Definitely.
you all think about it.
Yeah,
Players think
definitely.
about it. In your mind, were you just more focused on other things than that?
Yeah.
And then it got closer?
Yep. I was doing everything in my power to not think about it because the
Right.
second I knew that the second I was thinking about it, it would affect how I was
We'll
playing.
take over
Yeah.
a little bit up here.
I knew that it would. So I did everything I could to not think about it.
I want to give a shout out to your mom and dad and your sister. You have quite the family, Michael, John, Emily, and then there's this aunt named Coach Sarah Roy. I mean, this is a legit family, and Coach Roy, one of my favorites, and she knows that, other than the fact that one of those Spalding state championship losses was to Coach Roy. And I still think the world of her. No, I'm just kidding. I think the world of her more. She is just amazing. I love what she did in D1 with North Country being bumped up, getting to the UVM Patrick Gym. What role has she played?
I don't want to say she's the Rock because that's definitely my dad.
Yes.
But if you could have a second Rock,
Yeah.
that's absolutely her. My dad gives all the advice he can
Yep.
from a parent perspective.
Sure.
And my aunt gives even more advice as a coach,
As a
who
coach.
isn't my coach.
Right.
So it's almost like she can be more honest with me,
Yeah.
and I couldn't be more grateful for that. Like, I remember the beginning of freshman year before tryouts, I would call her like 2 hours a night just
No
to
way.
get advice
That's awesome.
Oh my
on how
God.
to handle it. And then I made varsity freshman year, and it's just been the same. Like, she was there every year we got to the odd. She was always giving me advice. And before the West Rutland game,
Yeah.
she sent me pictures from this book she's reading, and I forgot the title. I wish I could remember it. But one of the quotes from it was, "There are no underdogs. There are people who come to play and people who don't."
Oh my
That's
God,
awesome.
Coach.
Yeah.
And
That's awesome.
I
That
shared
just
it
gave
with the
me
team,
goosebumps.
and
Nice.
it really worked, man.
Nice. Oh my God.
I need him to speak to Addison.
You do need him to speak to your
Because
niece.
yes, because I try and guide my niece and be a
She's a big
coach
softball player.
Yeah.
without being her coach.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's a female versus male thing or not, but I get eye rolls and like, what the hell do you know kind of looks. So maybe I need my niece to speak to you to be like, listen to your aunt because they have wisdom.
Yeah.
They do know what
Oh,
they're
yeah.
talking
I know
about.
she's not listening to the podcast,
No.
but could you ever go back and listen to the podcast?
Yeah.
I mean, and if she wants, we can have Nick phone a friend.
Yeah, I'm going to have Addison. I'm going to tell my mom to have Addison listen to him about how he talks about his aunt.
I was going to say to you, Nick, I was going to say, do you talk to Coach Roy a lot? But you already answered that question.
Nick, you want to read the couple of comments that are up there?
The guy that did the graphics works for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I forgot to mention that.
Oh.
That's a pretty big thing that I
Yeah.
forgot.
That's pretty cool. All right, we'll go with that.
All right.
Do you have more that needs to be read, or are we good?
And my sisters, Jordan and Kate, and Jordan's husband, Nolan,
Okay.
huge support.
Oh, I got. Yeah, thank you. I mentioned in the fam. Keep going.
We have a group
Keep
chat,
going.
and I would just read it after every game, and they would just every game, no matter what, it was always great job, NPM. You did such a good job, and then talking about the team, and it was win or lose, they were always there for me, and I really appreciated it more than I
That's
could ever
awesome.
put into words.
That's awesome.
Thanks, Nick. Thanks for saying all that, because the family goes through everything with these players. I've coached for 26 years, and as awesome as it is to coach you teenagers, young adults, it's great to get to know the families too.
Yeah.
And it's been great to get to know your family over the years, and I will definitely be paying attention to LaSalle basketball. How many double teams do you think you faced this year?
Oh man,
So let's see,
Like-
20 games, 23. Did you face them on most nights?
absolutely.
Okay. There was
Yeah.
never a time you didn't get doubled
Oh
up.
yeah, at least once a game,
Yeah.
definitely.
Did you ever get, do you ever have bruises?
Oh yeah.
Did I feel that one?
Funny enough, most of the bruises I got during the season were from practice when I was matching up with Colby.
I love that.
It was
Well,
actually
that's,
like
yeah,
it
there you
was
go.
Actually scary sometimes.
And
in
Colby's a
practice.
senior too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. Yeah, you guys must have had some battles.
It was. Oh my
God.
gosh.
Let's see. You know how the last time we were in, I do want to ask a few more things. Conditioning. Did you have to change your conditioning to get ready for this season? I mean, 32 minutes, not easy in the game of basketball.
Yeah.
We're not talking golf here. We're talking basketball.
I think it's definitely easier that I'm the big guy.
Okay.
I was most of the time the last one up the court, out inbound, so it
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah, sure.
But
Still,
yeah, you got to be conditioned, and I'd run at Planet Fitness
yep.
and at the gym, and we did a lot of running early in the season.
Good.
We would start
Good job,
the practice.
Sid.
Yeah, we would start the practice. I think it was like 30 minutes, beginning of every practice.
Wow.
It's like jog the whole court, sprint the longs, jog the shorts, and then switch. And I was so sick of it, but we got in good shape.
And that's why.
We got in good shape.
That's I see.
I mean, you hate it and you curse the whole time
Yeah.
you're doing it, but coaches make you do it for a reason. And it
Absolutely.
definitely, with the end result, and you're able to play 32 minutes
Yeah.
and like 32 minutes at a high level too. So it makes you appreciate those
very high level.
those awful days of just
Yeah.
sprinting and wanting to puke and
Yeah.
I remember doing those. It was
Oh yeah.
they're not
And
fun, but
conditioning is so important. I don't think it's emphasized enough at the beginning of the season.
It's
So good
definitely
to
not.
hear that Coach Sweet is still the person. I always knew he was. I coached against him for like almost 12 years.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because the girls.
About 12. When I started at Northfield had a heck of a program. I think he came on probably my third year, and I was there for 15 years. We had, and I don't know if he's going to remember this or not, it was either triple or quadruple overtime. We had a game over at Williamstown, and it was absolutely amazing. And we both had such good teams. And I think that same year that I'm talking about was the year he coached the North-South team, and I was his assistant. So we have battled.
Yeah.
North-South, big part of it as well, because that's the last big day for high school sports. I've coached in 3 of those games, and I'm happy to say, of course, that this guy sitting to our right will be playing.
Nice.
Is that this Saturday?
Yep. This Saturday.
This
down
Saturday,
at Windsor.
It's always at Windsor.
always.
What time is your game?
Mine's at 1 p.m.
Okay, the girls D3 and
at
4
11.
is the 11 o'clock game.
Yes.
So you can see Nick play one more time, high school
Yeah.
wise, and it's the best chapter to end your career. One last question about Saturday. What gave you more chills? Hugging your family when the horn sounded, or when you cut down the string on the net? Or all of the above? What
I wanna
did you
do- I
just
wanna
have an
give a-
out-of-body experience?
I want to give a different answer
Oh, good.
I like
because
it.
there's a little bit of a story behind it
Okay.
that my dad also posted about on Facebook.
How did I miss that story?
So
Sorry, Paul.
after we lost my sophomore year in the semis, because I told my dad, I want nothing more than to have a photo where we're holding the trophy where my meme always sat.
That's right. Yep, I do
And-
know this now.
I got the trophy and I brought it over and I sat down and I hadn't cried up to this point. And I sat down and I couldn't do it.
The picture's amazing, by the
I
way.
couldn't do it.
That's awesome.
I don't really think I'm all that religious, but oh my gosh, I think
You
I
knew
felt
she was
Yeah.
there.
I really did. And it was amazing.
There's a picture of all of you guys pointing. That's the picture.
Yep.
So that's the picture that will hang on your wall forever.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Oh,
That's amazing.
Nick, damn, stop it right now. Last year, I asked you these questions, and not to zero in, but I'm just going to ask you 3 things, and you're going to tell me which teammate comes to mind first. Lunch pail mentality, all the gritty work that may not be in the stat sheets or in the paper.
Oh, it does all the gritty work. I would say
comes with a lunch pail ready to go, dives for balls, has the key is that one extra pass that's needed. Great defense.
I would say a new one this year, Logan Desjardins,
Okay.
number 22.
Okay, what grade?
He's a sophomore.
He's another sophomore.
He-
Okay.
He took charges. He would dive on the ground.
That's what I'm talking about, lunch pail
He would.
mentality.
Oh my God! He would take
Blue
him. He would
collar.
take charges in practice. I'd
That's
be like-
awesome.
Really?
I'd like,
Oh, wow. Defensive stopper. Was that you?
wow.
I mean, you just,
I would almost give that to Caleb.
Okay.
Jarvis Comey.
okay.
He really
Okay.
he came in with a great mentality this year, and he didn't put up a whole lot of points.
Okay.
But we put him on Ted Stewart. We put
Yeah.
him on Peter Guay, and
Oh
he
my
came to work.
God.
I was just going to ask, I
came to
meant to
work.
ask you who was, if you guys kind of pointed at Peter, like if that was your kind of game plan, was like kind of take the ball out of his hand, shut him down.
Those are
type
big
of thing.
assignments.
Yeah.
Those are very big
Yeah.
assignments.
For one player. And last, who's the unsung player on your team?
Unsung. I'm struggling to pick between.
So give them both out then.
Then I'd split it between Chris Collins
Okay.
and Keaton. And Keaton
Okay,
Hall.
yep. I
Chris,
got it. Yep.
and I'll quote Sid on this because we really like to run the floor.
Yes.
And Chris will run as fast as he can down the floor 10 times out of 10, not knowing if he's going to get the ball a single time, no matter what.
Wow.
He'll always do it.
And I do have one more question. What was your biggest, what did Coach Sweet say was the biggest thing you guys had to do to win that game? I know there was probably a plethora of many, but my thought process was you had to get back in defensive transition.
Yeah.
And my thought process was that, and Nick needs to touch the ball 1 to 2 times every time
Yeah.
on offense. But was there anything else that sticks out in your mind? And you both teams like to get out and run.
Yeah.
I mean, both. That's a
Exactly.
staple.
Sid likes to talk a lot, so it's hard to narrow down just one thing. It's always
Sid,
good
he's saying it,
information.
not
It's always good information.
Yes.
It's always good information.
He had,
It was, oh man.
you can think about this.
Yeah.
There was a timeout, I don't know, a minute and a half left in the game. There was less. And in my mind, you guys had it. I mean, basically, you're going to go into a stall, you're going to go to the foul line. And I think Coach Sweet called the timeout, but he was like motioning for you guys to come over, and he's like in the timeout like there was still 5 minutes to go in the game, and I loved it. His passion
Yeah.
did not stop until that horn sounded.
Absolutely.
It really didn't.
I think what I would say is the practice before the championship game,
Yeah.
he was just drilling into us that we've seen Twin Field's best. Like when we went there and they beat us by like 21 points,
Okay.
we'd seen their best,
Okay.
but they had not seen our best.
Very well said, Coach Sweet. Very well said. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm going to get this gentleman to my left to come join us.
He has to take
Garrett,
his hoodie off first.
You have to take your Duke hoodie off.
Yep.
Unless you're.
He probably has a
don't have
Duke
it.
shirt under it. Yeah, he
never
probably
mind.
layered up. Yep, same thing. Dang it.
As Garrett takes a seat, your microphone, it's not on the head. It's hanging on there, so just kind of attach it to. I have one more picture I need to show you, and we're going to talk about the VBCA, the Vermont Basketball Coaches Association, in the North-South games. The officials of the year are Devontae Jackson and Gabby Sissio. And CB will be putting a picture up of Miss Sissio. This just warms my heart, and I am going to give her a huge shout out. My last year coaching at Northfield was really mainly to stick around and coach Gabby for 1 year before her dad took over. And watching females get out there and officiate girls and boys basketball is very endearing to me, and she has knocked it out of the park. She might be leveled, she might be on the tier, she might be ahead of her dad now. I don't know. But Gabby, well done, my friend. So stinking proud of you. A few more things for North-South. Dave Fredrickson is the executive director of the VBCA, the former. He will be receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award Again, I coached in 3 North-South games. Dave Fredrickson, you are beyond a rock star. Thank you for everything you have done for Vermont basketball. I don't know how we would have got it done all these years. I've been around it most of my life, and you are the backbone of it. Thank you so much. Some more shout outs as we wrap up basketball this Saturday. Player of the Year, and if I pronounce this wrong, somebody tell me. Rice's Pascal does anybody know Munizero? Munzero?
I think it's
Munzero. From Rice is the VBCA Player of the Year. I'm going to go over to the girls' side where fresh off repeating as the Gatorade Player of the Year. Back to back. Charlotte Jasmine, congratulations to you as well. You are the VBCA Girls Player of the Year. The Mona Garone Sportsmanship Award, big shout out to Missisquoi Valley, Division 1 and 2, and Richford in Division 3-4. We won that about 3 times at Northfield. That's a huge award. That is a huge award. Mona Garone is the reason I got into coaching. Cassie Boisenault from Lamoille, congratulations getting the Eric Ward Memorial Scholarship. Eric Ward, a dear friend of mine in the coaching ranks, dedicated 40 years to Vermont basketball while leading the Thetford Academy Panthers to multiple championships. Thank you for all that you did, Eric Ward, up above. Milestones, Charlotte Jasmine again. It's not the Charlotte Jasmine show, it's Nick's, but he's going to share it with Charlotte. She will be honored for being the 5th girl in state history to score 2,000 points.
Damn.
She was
2025.
impressive to watch. Very impressive.
Wow. Shout outs locally to Kaylee Jarvis Shabbat and Ella Messier and Kelsey Revard, who also got 1,000 points. On the boys' side, Ted Stewart, Eli Russell, and this guy, Nick Massetti, will be honored joining that 1,000-point club. Congratulations to all. And we're just going to shout out a few players playing from locally. In the Division 1-2 girls game for the South, we have locally Sophie Goriello from Spalding, Paige Parker from U32, and Maddie Grace Riley from Harwood. In Division 1-2 boys, we have Steele Nelson. Steele, I so hope you can play in that game. I hope the ankle is okay. If not, he will be there as well. Division 3-4 girls, we've got Ella Messier, we've got Courtney Bellevue, and Lily Pierce from Williamstown playing in the game. In Division 3-4 locally, we've got Ted Stewart, we've got Eli Russell, we've got Nick Massetti, and Sam McLean is joining the 3 young men that I've spoke highly about. Division 2, what do they call it now? The Outstanding Underclassmen.
Yes.
It used to be called the Dream Dozen, so things have changed. Locally, a shout out to Jackson Lemaire and Carson DeForge, not DeForge, from U32 in Division 2, and then Division 4, making it to the Outstanding Underclassmen honors, Keaton Hall and Alex Clark. You're leaving it in good hands, aren't you?
Absolutely.
You really are. And that, my friends, is a wrap. Thank you. But
One thing I wanted to say about the All-Star game
Yeah.
is that, so I played at the Green Mountain Select for AAU.
Yes.
For 4 years, since freshman year. I think in that time I've had 16 different teammates.
Oh,
and
wow.
12 of them have made All-Star this year.
Really?
Yep.
Awesome.
So you're giving a big shout out to Green Mountain Select.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Green Mountain Select. Welcome. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
You can put your hoodie back on. I mean, it says the same. Why don't you give it a different logo? It says Brotherhood.
Yeah.
His hoodie says the same
God.
thing. CB, do you want to read any of those, or are we having Nick read them?
Chris, I cannot, how do you say the last name? Says Big Garrett. Also, it seemed Twinfield provided a lot of bulletin board material before the game.
Oh.
Yes. Yes, they did.
Love you, Chris.
I'm not going to say anything on that note. That's not for me to talk about. Okay. We're gonna turn it over to the Marching to the Madness. It's not March Madness. We're marching to the madness.
I feel like we're sprinting into it, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It's tomorrow, isn't
right?
it?
Yeah.
Like tomorrow is
Sprinting.
like Tomorrow and Friday are the two most unproductive days I will have at work
Yeah.
the whole year.
Well,
Because it's just not going to happen.
UVN
Oh,
women,
I have
14
Friday
seed.
off. Yes.
You do.
I do
Good
have
job.
Friday off.
Actually, I work a half day because of March Madness.
Shouldn't it be a national
Holiday.
I agree. I used to always
Agree.
take it off Thursday
Like-
and Friday.
I did too.
Always.
Not
Yeah,
only
you
work a
gotta be
half a
smart.
day.
Yeah.
UVM women are the 14th seed, America East champs. Let's give them a huge
Shout out.
shout out. We'll be playing number 3 Louisville. I think it's noon on Saturday. I think both squads with records of 27 and 7. I'm going to ask these questions first.
Garrett, real
Who-
quick, can you bring your mic up a little bit?
Oh, no. Why we named it Just Take a Deep Breath, I always like to explain the titles I give this show. I was watching the Michigan and Wisconsin men
Thank you.
play in the Big Ten semifinal game, and Michigan was up, let's say 10. They were up double digits, let's just say that. And it got halfway through the second half, and Wisconsin could not miss a three-pointer. And they're closing out pretty good. Very impressed with Wisconsin, by the way. So Michigan, that had a lead the whole game, was down by 2. And Coach May, who, I'm sorry, I've had a ton of respect for him for years, called a timeout. So CBS, the sideline reporter for CBS kind of was around the huddle. And they said, what did Coach May say during that timeout? And he kind of laughed a little bit. He's bringing the guys in, just kind of chuckling a little bit. And he said, just take a deep breath. And the whole team in sync did that. Went out to win that semifinal game on a three-pointer at the end by Luxembourg. Am I saying his name wrong? Right,
Lindenborg.
wrong. What is it?
Lindeborg.
Lindenberg.
Yaxel Lindeborg.
I have it in my phone.
Guys, this is going real.
Oh, I got it right in front of me. Lindeborg. It's
Say it
right
right
in
out
front of me. Right in front of me. So, how important it is to take that deep breath in sports. I mean, you're blowing a double-digit lead.
Yeah.
With that being said, what region? Where did I have it? What region has the easiest path? Here it is. Easiest path to the Final Four. As you look at a bracket. Do you need a bracket? Because there's one right there. I'm going to agree. I'm going to agree with the article I read. The West. And you want to know? Ooh.
The East.
You think the East?
Yeah.
All right.
I think the Midwest, honestly.
I was thinking the Midwest.
Oh yeah.
I think
that's actually a
Michigan
good
has the
point.
easiest.
That's a
You
good
think?
point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let me
Yeah.
read you this. In the West is Purdue, and they have the number 1 offense in the country. Did everyone know that? I didn't know that. I thought Duke did.
Nope.
But they have holes on defense, and the CBS was wondering if athletically and size-wise, if Purdue can match up with Arizona. I say no. I'm just saying I say no.
Arizona's thoroughly.
Gonzaga, I don't trust, never have this
No.
season. I know there's a couple of big Arkansas fans sitting here.
Yeah.
We could talk about Darius Acuff till we're blue in the face. The guy's a stud.
Yep.
He's a stud. But can they match up with Zona?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And again, I think the team that no one's talking about is Wisconsin. But the problem is
Right.
Wisconsin and Arkansas will
Correct.
match up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's hard.
That's a good.
That's going to be a
And
great matchup,
It's a
though.
shit. As far as I'm concerned, that's a shit draw. For Wisconsin.
For Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Being a 5 seed.
Being a 5
Yeah.
seed. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's.
Well, I mean, I think it's a shit draw for St. John's being a 5 seed also on the
Yeah.
east side. Like,
Yep.
they got a pretty shit draw.
So with that being said, who are you guys picking out of the West? That's my question.
I have Arizona out of the
I
West.
put Arkansas.
You got Arkansas.
He's riding
I got
the
it right,
train.
Nick.
Yeah.
Took Arizona.
So everybody's got Arizona, but Nick's got Arkansas. All right. I like to keep track of these things, Nick. And then if you predict better than I do, you're the one that's going to be sitting here, okay, when you come
Gotcha.
home from school. All right.
I think I got BYU in the Elite Eight.
You do?
Wow.
Tell me why.
I really like AJ Devonsa.
Well, I love
I really
Devonsa.
like.
Without Saunders, though. Imagine if Saunders didn't
I
get
know.
hurt, though.
I
Okay.
know.
Sorry, I'll zip it.
I know. I still like him.
Who's your favorite player to watch in the tournament? Don't say Boozer. I want
I'm
give me
not-
another one.
Another.
Yours is Acuff.
I like watching Cameron Boozer
Devonta
so
is
much.
who?
I like watching Cameron Boozer so much.
Yeah, me too. You know who it would have been for me is JT Toppin.
Oh,
Texas,
For sure.
and I would be talking about Texas through this whole next
Yeah.
whatever 20, 30 minutes. I'm not going to talk about him now because he's.
yeah. It's. Man, I would probably have to say Darius Acuff. Actually.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, if he's not, if he's taken after number 5 in the NBA draft,
Right.
I might.
Somebody's messing up.
Have a
Some
heart
scout
attack.
team's really screwing
Yeah.
up. So we all agree with Acuff. I love
Yeah.
that.
I
I
like-
love that.
I really like Xavier Lee on Florida because
Yeah.
he transferred from Princeton.
A hard worker too.
Yeah,
He's
he had
a
s-
really hard worker.
Really terrible start to the year.
Yep.
But he fixed
Yep.
it. And,
And-
then
Go ahead.
what's the big guy on Michigan?
Oh yeah, the big guy, the
6'7"
big
Mara.
guy.
Yeah.
Mara.
Mara,
I like
good
watching
one.
him.
Thank you, Mara.
Such a good passer. It's unreal.
His footwork's pretty sweet too. It's very soft around the rim. Reminds me of your game a little bit. Really kind of does actually, and I'm not saying that just to be nice. He really does. The toughest road to the Final Four for me is the East.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Okay. Whew. Nick's like, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
Here's just a thing I'll read, and then you're gonna unload.
Right? The East is rough.
So John Shire.
Michigan State.
We're going to talk about coaches only, and then you guys can talk about the teams and the players. 121 career wins, most for a Division I coach in their first 4 years.
nope.
Coach K knew who he was lining up. And not a lot of big schools where a Coach K, these coaches that have been there 30, 40 years, they don't always line them up properly. He did a heck of a job. Rick Pitino, St. John's. They won the Big East second year in a row, Hall of Famer. Bill Self, Kansas, Hall of Famer. Tom Izzo, Michigan State, Hall of Famer. Mick Cronin, 526 career wins, UCLA playing their best ball right now. And Dan Hurley, two-time national champ coach at UConn. Just the coaches alone.
Hot take.
Yeah.
Round of 32, UConn goes down.
Woo! I got to write that one down. So you're going to tell me they're going to beat Furman but lose to winner of UCLA UCF? Okay.
Which means they're going to lose to UCLA. Is that what you're going with?
Yeah. Yep.
Joe says, have a great weekend, everyone.
Thank you, Joe.
Joe.
Keep checking in, my man. Garrett says UConn out in round of 32.
I can see that.
Do you know everybody in my sister's household just started yelling at you? Jen Esteville just started yelling at you.
I'm used to it. I'm a Duke fan.
Right,
so-
he's used to that. We give him so
Very
much shit
valid.
here.
That is very, very, very
And
valid.
yet I still keep coming back.
He likes these
I
glutton for
miss seeing
punishment.
you every week. I miss it. Wow.
You, Garrett.
Who's everybody picking in the East region to get to the East region final? I'm
Duke.
going Duke,
Yeah.
Michigan State.
Same.
Oh,
Yes.
I had Duke, Louisville.
okay. Got to write that one down there.
Interesting note.
Note to self.
No Michael Brown
Yes.
for Louisville.
For Louisville. One of their best players is out.
I think South Florida is going to beat them in the round of 64.
Just depends on.
Do you know, because of that little nugget, I changed my pick to South Florida in the bracket I'm in. Mm-hmm. My upsets are that,
I have South Florida also winning
Yep.
because of that.
and I also have VCU knocking off North Carolina. in
Me
the
too.
other
Me too.
And I got to tell you this, Phil Martelli Jr., the coach of VCU, first-year coach.
Love
you
him.
guys are, well, you two are too young. Jody, you might remember. His dad coached at St. Joseph's in Philadelphia. He was a legend there. 24 years, and in the 2003-2004 season, they were undefeated going into March Madness. Made it to the Elite Eight. This is his son. That's why I'm picking VCU. Not just because North Carolina's limping in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on. His dad had 444 wins in his coaching career.
Yep.
I found it very hard to get to 100.
Right?
444? My God.
Who do you guys have coming out of the Midwest? Or what's your
Well, wait.
Elite Eight? What's your Elite Eight matchup?
Yeah, let's go around and everybody talk about who your Elite Eight is. Nick, you're up first, or do you want me to go first?
I can go first.
You're ready to go? Then you go first, my man.
Start with the East. I
Okay.
had Duke, Louisville. You just
Okay.
said that. In the South, I put Florida and UNC. I still think UNC can make it.
Florida.
And yeah,
You got UNC.
Yeah.
Without Caleb Wilson?
I think so.
I like it. Okay.
I mean, it's hard for me to go against this guy right now.
Yeah, I know, right?
For sure. For
Whatever
sure.
Nick says, okay?
Yep.
In the West, I put Arkansas, Purdue.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Arkansas, Purdue. All right, I can just add Purdue to that. But you don't like Braden Smith at all.
I don't like Braden Smith.
Is he a little
But
too cocky? Is he a little too,
yeah, I think
just
so.
rubs you the wrong way?
He wears an undershirt, an arm sleeve, and a leg sleeve. Too much.
Red flags.
I am so on board with that.
I love it.
I love it. You're right.
That's the
he's
best thing
too
I've heard
showy.
today. I love that. I
Too
love
showy.
that.
Like, why?
Okay.
And then Midwest, I put Michigan and Tennessee.
Ooh.
Ooh,
You're
okay.
giving Tennessee
Tennessee
some
could
new
come
life.
together.
All right.
They could come together.
Hot take. I took SMU over Tennessee in the round of 64.
As did I.
If SMU gets, if both of their best players are back for this game,
It'll be tough for Tennessee.
watch out.
Yep.
Okay.
Watch out.
Wheels you up?
Yep. For the East, I have Duke and Michigan State.
Okay.
The South, I have Florida and Houston. The West, I have Arizona and Purdue. And the Midwest, I have Michigan and Iowa State.
Well, I'm not going to say mine because mine are exactly the same. What is happening
What a shocker.
here? All right, so what
a
and I
what a
have
shocker.
exact same final 8. And the team that scares me the most, that I really think could get to the Final 4, is Iowa State.
Agreed.
Yeah.
We talked
Agreed.
all winter. We've talked about this, so I'll just let Garrett talk about Iowa State. And I'll give it your way, bud, with the bounce pass that I've given you all winter for your Elite 8.
Duke versus Michigan State.
Okay.
Okay. Florida, Houston.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Arizona, Purdue
Okay.
in my Elite 8. And Michigan versus Virginia.
Michigan versus Virginia. And what is it you don't like about Iowa State again?
Can we name a time where they have walked into a big game and come away with a victory? Like, they are the non-West Coast Conference Gonzaga.
Okay. Fair enough.
That's fair.
That is
Well,
fair enough.
That's valid.
I have watched them 3 times this year. Milan Momcilovic, probably the best shooter in
Yes.
college basketball.
Yes, absolutely. You're right.
But they always find somehow, some way to not make it to the Final Four.
I like it. I like you've said
And
that
I really
to me all
like-
winter.
and
You
I
all
really
winter
like
you've said
Virginia.
it to me.
I really like Virginia. I like them a lot.
Okay, so you're going to start your Final 4 and your final and champion.
All right. Final 4, Duke versus Houston. Rematch
Okay.
from last year.
Okay.
And Arizona versus Virginia.
Whoa.
Wow. All right.
All right.
Like it. I like
Final
it.
4, you have Virginia going.
Yes.
Okay.
And national championship game, Duke versus Arizona.
That's what I have too. All right, so you and I have the same final. You have Duke winning, obviously.
Yes.
And I have Arizona winning. I'm almost the same as you. I have Duke, Houston, Arizona, and Michigan. I just have a love affair with Michigan. That's just my own issue. And I have Duke, Arizona, and I have Arizona winning it.
I have.
Let's see if you and I have the same right now.
We have the same champion, but not the same final 2.
Okay.
Duke and Houston,
Okay.
Arizona, Michigan, and I have Arizona, Houston in the final with Arizona. I picked Duke as far as I could.
I got you.
I mean, you gotta be
got you.
impressed that I picked them that far.
I am more than impressed
Like,
that you could. Yeah.
I have them to the final 4. That's impressive for me.
Setting emotions aside.
I love it. All right, Nick, who's your Final 4? Your final and your champion.
I had Duke playing Florida
Okay.
only on the basis that I hate Houston. A lot because of last year.
Okay. So you have Duke and
Florida.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then Arkansas and Michigan.
Ooh, Arkansas and Michigan. Okay.
And then Duke, Arkansas championship.
Wow, look at that. You are riding the Arkansas train. I
Yeah,
like it.
big time because I have Arkansas winning it.
You have Arkansas winning it? All
Yep.
right. Yes.
I tell you what, if this happens, this guy, we need to, I don't know, follow him always.
Coming back on. All right. Arkansas winning it. He really does like Arkansas.
I was
He
going to
said that
say,
before.
you love their head coach, too.
Me? We're not going to talk about John Calipari on this. Not allowed to talk about Calipari. And you have Arkansas winning it. Okay. All right.
I'm gonna ride the train.
Anybody want to talk about the women's side? Because I'm ready to go with the women's side too.
Real quick, Paul says Garrett could give Nick some hot spots for bass fishing. Nick loves
Oh
fishing.
yeah, he's been talking about that a lot.
He's mentioned it to me a handful
I
of
love
times
that.
over the winter.
Shonda says yes, Duke versus Arizona, and Jen had said just depends on which UConn team shows up.
Jen said that? For the men, huh? All right. Well, remember, Jen, Garrett has them going out in the round of 32. That's the only thing I'm going to be watching these next few days. Do we talk about the women's, or do I dare to ask this panel if anyone didn't pick UConn to win the whole thing?
No.
Yeah, I do UConn.
1, 1, 1, 3. My final four.
1, 1, 1. Hold on.
So you have
2.
Louisville?
No.
No.
Wait.
One,
Okay, now
one.
tell me who your final four is.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Duke.
think we went here.
UCLA,
Okay.
Yeah.
UConn,
Yep.
TCU,
Oh, TCU.
Oh, TCU
okay.
is Garrett.
Okay.
Loving the Olivia Miles,
I
aren't you?
love Olivia Miles.
There it is.
Love Olivia Miles.
Olivia Miles. Okay.
Yep.
In Texas.
And Texas.
So I like your TCU pick because I am a big Don Staley coach fan, but I just don't think this is their year to go to the Final Four.
No.
But I couldn't go. If it's not South Carolina, I'm going to go TCU in that region. If Oklahoma and South Carolina face off again, Oklahoma beat them during the season, beat South Carolina.
Yep.
If it gets to South Carolina, Iowa doesn't match up
Oh,
with South
God, no.
Carolina at
And
all.
I love Iowa, but-
So it would have to be TCU. I do have South Carolina coming out of it, but I don't feel all warm and fuzzy with that pick.
Yep.
And I like your TCU. I like it a lot. I don't know why, but I picked Iowa over TCU.
Really?
I did. I think
I
it's
love me
just,
some Iowa.
I think it's just, I really like the Iowa team. Is TCU going to lose to Iowa? Probably not. So I have UConn, South Carolina, not feeling good about that, UCLA, and I have Michigan. Do you guys
Same.
know? Yes,
Same.
Do you guys see how much I love Michigan?
I do not trust Texas at all.
I don't trust Texas
At all.
because,
It depends. They're like this.
yeah, and Rory Harmon has changed my mind. Not Madison Booker,
No,
Rory
Booker
Harmon.
is like, I can't.
Because Harmon is tough. I think she puts nails in her cereal in the morning. She's as tough as they come. Harmon can be a little soft. Nick, I would need you to go work with Booker, Madison Booker.
Yes,
I would need you to
please.
go work with her before the tournament starts. She needs to toughen up a little bit. And I've watched Michigan a lot this year, and it does, like Jen said about the UConn men, Michigan women, they can beat anybody on any given night, and then they can lose to anybody on any given night. They played UConn early in the season and were down 20, and they barely lost. I mean, they had a
Yeah,
chance
that was a
to
great
win it
game.
at the
Yeah.
end. And they are tough, gritty. It's that blue collar mentality that Michigan has. That I gave them the edge over Texas. I think it's funny that you did too. My final two is UConn and UCLA.
Me too.
Same.
I understand that UConn is winning every statistical category in women's basketball. I'm picking UCLA.
Wow.
Yeah. You're picking UConn?
Yes.
So we're all picking UConn but me.
Yeah.
Sorry. I had to go with an upset there. I just had to do it. My sister's not going to talk to me for a few days, but it'll be okay.
Gino has been doing it way too long. Like, how I can't
So hasn't
justify.
Corey Close, though.
I know. But it seems sacrilegious to bet against Gino in a.
Oh, I didn't say I would ever bet. I'm not as I don't
That's
have
CB's thing.
that CB's thing. If I was even putting $5, I would bet on UConn. They have the best player. Well, they have two players on first team All-Americans.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
They have the best coach.
Yep.
I look at Coach Close and I'm like, this is your chance. This really, UCLA is graduating everybody after this year. Lauren Betts is not just a tall person out there. She's a freaking force.
Yep.
I love her footwork. I love her softness in the paint. I love how she plays defense like Nick Massetti. I like the guard play, Kiki Rice and company. They can match up with UConn, but, and now I'm going to say what he started the show almost with, it's up here that UCLA has to have it.
Yep.
If they go out on the floor, if they make it to the final against UConn, and they stare at the front of that jersey that says UConn, they're all done. If they walk out on that floor with a chip on their shoulder and an FU attitude, sorry, but that's kind of the mentality you got to have.
You have to have it.
You're going out there to win the game, not lose the
no,
game.
And that's
not to
why
lose.
that's what separates UConn from other teams.
Yes.
though, is they have that mentality. They don't care what name is on the jersey, the front of the jersey. They have that killer mentality of like, it's our game. We play our game. It's ours to win, like your coach said.
Yep.
And they just, Gino like installs that in them from the very beginning.
Yes,
And that's what separates UConn from other programs.
absolutely. I can't argue with that at all, and I wouldn't. And here's my other thing that does scare me, though, is that UCLA in that Sacramento 2, they have LSU and Duke. I mean, the thing is, LSU and Duke are going to have to face each other if they make it to that Sweet 16. But I don't ever want to count out either one of those teams. LSU is a very well-rounded team, and Duke is the team that started the season 2-6 and is now a 3 seed and won the ACC for in back-to-back years. And Coach Lawson, man, you're a dog. You are a dog.
Could we not have two different coaches, Mulkey
Right?
and Lawson, going up against each other? Like, the opposite ends of the spectrum, those
They
two.
dress differently.
Oh, Jesus.
They act
attire.
differently. They talk
Two
to the
different
officials.
worlds.
Yeah.
It's two different
Their
worlds.
mannerisms are different. Like, total opposite coaches. Like,
Give me one team in Fort Worth 1 that could give UConn a run. And I'm saying this because I know I'm too sold on one of these players.
I'm going to say Vandy.
No, I was just going to
Me
say.
too, because of Michaela Blake.
That's the only reason.
I really like her game a lot. I like Blake's game a ton.
Other than that, I think their road is pretty easy.
And you got Fudge Strong on first-team All-Americans. You got Blake's, Lauren Betts and Madison Booker on that first-team All-American team. Vandy would have to have a perfect game.
Yes.
I love Coach Shea Ralph. Wouldn't it be cool to have Gino
Against
coaching
Shea?
against Shea Ralph?
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick.
Former player. She was also on his staff, too.
Yes,
Jen
for a
would be-
little bit, yeah.
For a little bit. I love your TCU pick in Sacramento 4. I'm scared for UCLA when they face Duke or LSU. And in that Fort Worth 3, I just don't see Texas coming out.
No.
I really don't. And
I just don't trust them. From what I've seen of them this year, I just don't. I don't trust them.
Teams that scare me, the Alabama women's team, they can make some noise. I have Louisville knocking off Alabama, but Alabama could easily win that game as well. And the other team, you guys are going to laugh at me for saying this, but they are a 4 seed in Fort Worth 3, is West Virginia, who won the Big 12 tournament. And I watched their Big 12 game because I'm like, who the heck is West Virginia? These Volunteers.
Right.
Not Volunteers. What are the Mountaineers.
Mountaineers.
Tennessee is the Volunteers. And so I watched the game. These guys play with don't mess with me attitude. They play on both ends of the floor. Their defense creates transition buckets, those high percentage buckets. And they're a team to watch. So if you guys have a chance to watch West Virginia women, do that.
How do you feel about the fact that, 1, Tennessee made it, and 2,
Yeah.
their ranking is 10?
Don't like it at all. Not fair.
Not
I mean,
fair at
what-
all.
Did they lose 6 out of their last
I mean,
7?
they're going in as the worst team in this
Absolutely.
whole bracket right now.
Do you have them winning?
I do
the
not.
first round?
No, I
I
have
have
NC
NC
State
State.
beating them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something going on in the locker room at that place.
There is.
Like, it's a cluster F.
It
Like,
became it when...
and I loved her. Remember how we loved her in the beginning?
She's a great coach, and she held her players accountable. They're not kids. She held her players accountable, and then all of a sudden she lost her player.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She totally lost them.
That one was weird for me.
Yep. So
Because
I don't know.
Vic
Something
Schaefer
happened.
kind of said the same thing.
Yeah.
But he didn't lose his players at Texas.
Correct.
Mentally and physically. He
Right.
did not lose them.
No.
So, yeah. I
There's
don't
some
know.
behind the scenes shit that's going on there because
Yeah.
she's lost that locker room. It's somewhere
Yes,
Pat
she
Summit
has,
is
100%.
not happy. Not happy.
Other than shifting back to the men's before we sign off here, Garrett picked the only upset, I think, for the Final Four when he picked Virginia. What is it you like about Virginia?
They've
Other
played.
than they almost beat Duke.
Yeah. right?
They've played Duke really tough.
Yeah, they
really
did.
tough.
Yeah.
They have great guards,
Okay.
and they have elite post presence.
Okay. So they got it all.
I mean, Cameron Boozer got blocked 5 times in that Virginia
Really?
game against the I don't know the center's name
Yeah,
for Virginia, but he's a
But
beast.
still.
He's a beast down low.
Yeah.
They have the post presence. They don't turn the ball over. They play fast. Like it's a complete 180 of the previous Virginia teams that we have seen.
They used to slow it down.
You
under,
slow it down.
Coach Bennett.
3-and-D.
Yeah,
3-and-D.
Coach
That
Bennett,
was
who
their
was
mantra.
extremely successful, but you're
Of
right.
course, of
You're
course.
right. It's they
And-
flipped a 180
Yeah.
with a new coach.
That coach is Ryan Odom,
Gotcha.
former UMBC coach, first 16 seed. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, hired the right guy.
Yeah. So I like their overall team,
Yeah. So inside out, they're good. They get out. They're fast.
and they can shoot. They can shoot.
And you know me, I'm going to be honest, that's one of the teams I have not caught this year. I obviously will in the next 2 days at least, maybe the next 4 days. I can't come up with an upset, though. I'm like looking at it because Garrett picked Virginia. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to pick. And I can't do it. You guys picked, well, Nick picked Arkansas, so that's an upset. I want to pick an upset, but I can't.
And
I like Wagler from Illinois too, but I just don't think that. I just don't. You know what I want to say, and he's gonna fall out of his chair. You and I will have a bet on the game, the Sweet 16, if it is Virginia and Iowa State. Okay.
Okay.
Because I do firmly believe Iowa State's going to win that game.
Okay.
Every year you guys have a bet on one of the games.
Yep, that's it.
Just one.
And every year I never pick on him if Duke suffers a loss. I never do. I was
You
going to wear my
don't?
Duke. I don't. I really. I
Wow,
think
that's nice
We
of
keep
you.
it classy.
We are
Nice of
over
you.
the last 10 years at least.
Yeah.
The respect has grown here. I tell you what,
True,
and
true.
I've got to I've given Nick Massetti all the shout outs that he so deserves, and it's been my honor to watch you for 4 years. It's been my honor to work with you and watch how far you've come working for CVT Sport, because Garrett started out as the cameraman, then he became the color commentator, then play-by-play. In one game this year with me, I'm sure he did it for more games, he produced and color commentated while I did play-by-play. Guys, I'm not going to sit there in front of a computer and do anything, but this guy did it all. He sets up, he breaks down. So as my little brothers, because I do adopt a lot of people along the way in my 60 years
You're
on
the
this earth,
unofficial mayor around
Yeah.
Central Vermont.
Sure.
So
it has been my honor, and I know today we got our schedule for the fall, so Garrett and I will be
we did.
calling football.
Oh,
I think we got at least
nice.
8 games this fall.
Spalding U32. Yeah.
Yeah, I will
Nice.
continue to work side by side with this guy, and it's been my absolute pleasure. Nick, thank you. Thank you for
Yes,
last
Nick.
year, this year. It's been my pleasure to watch you for 4 years.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know I didn't get to call this year's, but I've been calling them the last couple of years, and it has been my pleasure. I want to thank your family, because Paul, just reaching out to me, stuff you post on Facebook, you're such a class act.
He
Your
actually-
family is such a class act.
posted something that's pretty insane. That the two teams that Williamstown beat at the odd, the number 1 and number 2 seed, their combined record was 44-1.
Holy. And Paul, you just
That's a
wrapped
pretty.
the show up
that-
for
I mean, you
us.
gotta drop the mic on that. I mean,
You
that's
just
pretty.
wrapped the show
That's
up for us.
pretty
Thank you.
impressive. And congratulations, Nick. That's awesome. Like, what a
Thank
way
you.
to end your career at Williamstown. I mean,
Honestly.
you get a dunk, you get your 1,000th point, you finally get the monkey off your back, and you win the championship. I mean, and you're an overall amazing kid. So good luck at LaSalle.
One of the quotes that I like, and this is in a tribute to you and the entire Williamstown team. hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. Okay?
Yeah.
That's what made it the most impressive for us. When you bring that dog mentality, and especially I'm a big motivational person, and I am going to bring this up right now. Twin Field being blown up on aired out, everything this and that before the championship game, like that shit sticks with me. Like I can't imagine what that did
Yeah.
for
That
you.
was whiteboard.
Like
Yeah,
that.
it is.
I have
Yep.
no involvement
Right.
in this
Right.
game at all.
Absolutely.
We're
Right.
we're supposed to be neutral when
Absolutely,
we're
we are,
calling
yep.
these games
And we do.
and so on and so forth. I feel like we do a pretty good
We
job
do.
of that. But the fact of the matter is, when you're putting bulletin board material up
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
you're asking for trouble.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to you guys.
Amen, brother. Amen. Promise us you'll come back in.
Definitely.
Yes.
Let us
oh, yeah.
know how the freshman year is going at LaSalle.
Will do.
Oh, for sure.
And just reach out anytime. You can come in here anytime. And if Arkansas wins this thing, you have my job. Okay.
we just
you
require
have mine.
swag. We're all about swag.
Yeah.
So
You got to bring
Get
some.
some-
gotta
get
bring
some,
LaSalle.
some back.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And
Except Duke swag.
and when you're home, if you want to sub in a couple men's league games, you get a hold of me.
Nice.
You got
Get a
that
hold of me.
contract in your back pocket.
Yep.
That's like a cheat code.
Yeah.
And if you want it, Carl Parton's going to go, Lori, you can't be doing this. But we'll put a headset on you if you come over to a CVT table too.
Give that a shot.
One of us will put a headset. Carl Parton would put the headset on you. Thank you. Best of luck. Thank you to your family, Paul. Thank you for, I love the stat. 2 teams that Williamstown beat at the odd last week, the 1 and 2 seed, combined record 44.
That's
and
insane.
1. Enjoy the madness. We are all marching towards the madness, and have an absolutely amazing weekend of basketball. We'll see you next week, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
We'll be around.
Duke.
Oh, we can't. Someone say something.
Go Zona. Yeah, I don't know. Go Arkansas. I'm saying.